Hello, welcome to the Coalition Chase to the Underground. We are back here for race number 2. And I'm joined this evening by Becca, who thus far has been having mic headphones issues, but are they fixed now? It sounds like maybe they are. Well, sounds like the headphone issue is fixed, but the microphone issue is not. So maybe unmute yourself. But whilst you're figuring out that technical issue, we are live with the D's. And the D's are, for once, they have turned up in their number. And I didn't clock how many there currently are in this group, but there are at least 20, maybe like 25, I think, which is pretty good news for the D's because, of course, they are the group which is traveling the slowest out there today. So it really counts when they have a big group of riders who can do the pulls on the front, really take the effort on. And the more riders, the faster they're going to travel. So I'm not sure exactly how many there are. Let's just try and figure it out.
Okay.
And I think, okay, says Becca, there are 25. There's a few off the back, so there's 25 riders in this main group. What do you say to that, Becca?
Whoop whoop. I think that's awesome. I kind of want to root for the D's or the B's always. It's kind of my
Right,
my
what have
default.
the C's done wrong?
You guys are really showy. You like to get a bunch
Hey,
of people, and then you like to shit talk, and then in the B's it's like, oh
Shit
no,
talk.
we're
This
just
is a family show.
a family that swears together stays together.
Okay, good.
I cannot imagine life without swearing. It's like the spice of life.
It is. It's very important, and we do embrace that here on the Chase to the Underground.
Look at those beautiful jerseys too.
By the way, for those who are curious, I made a fairly lo-fi infographic to demonstrate the jerseys and the cats and the timings, which I'll show you. My mouse is being very sluggish today, but we just leave the racing for a little bit of time. We'll be able to see here are the different jerseys in their pixelated fashion because I had to screenshot them off of Zwift. Oh, and they're gone. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to go back on that, won't it?
Who's
Okay.
leading the D's? Ooh.
Todd's, I think Todd's leading the D's. So the Cat A's or the D's, you have to, it's a little bit like in, I guess, Arabic. You have to read from the right to left. So the Cat D's are off first. They have a 4-minute gap on the Cat C's, who have a 3-minute gap on the Cat B's, who have a 2-minute gap on the Cat A's. So all in all, the A's are actually starting 9 minutes after the Cat D's. So it is hard work for the A's. So, the A's probably get a little bit less attention in the general racing, but they have a real hard job. They have to close a 9-minute gap to the D's, who start off at the front of the race. So if you're curious, who's where, what do those time gaps look like? Where did they start off as? That's how it currently looks. The Cat D's are currently wearing the original Coalition Alpha kit way back from 2019 when the team launched as Canyon ZCC. Terrible name, but we won't go into that. The Cat C's are wearing the current Coalition Community kit. The Cat B's are wearing the Coalition Alpha Away kit, and the Cat A's are wearing the Coalition Alpha Home kit. The home kit and the away kit are both worn by the Alpha teams in the Elite Racing Series. So there you go. If you've ever wondered what the actual time gaps are, I made a little graphic for you. So now you know.
You're so good. I'm fan viewing the C's too. Who
Are you?
Yeah, they look like they're doing pretty well too. They have 40 in their group. So
Whoa, 40.
Yeah, I'm not sure if all of them are actually riding. Like sometimes we have some that didn't actually join the pen in time.
Just look. It makes me very happy just to see all of these D riders currently riding together. I think this is up there with some of the most Ds we've had. Definitely the most Ds we've had in quite a while. Definitely during the pandemic, we had like some of the chase races had up to like 400 riders. So we definitely would have had some more then. But for a while, this is a pretty good group for the Ds. So they have a good chance today. It's the best chance they've had in a very long time.
I actually really like to see a bunch of non-Ds in there. We've got the traditional leader, Jane Bacon did it forever, and she's an amazing leader of the C. She's right now a C, but CD. She just is really encouraging and helpful. But I love to see coalition members that are not Ds, that aren't racing today, using their non-race day or their injury time, their recovery time, whatever, to be in a group and help them succeed that's not their own. So like Todd's injured, but he's got a broken rib, but he is still riding, and he's just riding with the Ds at D pace and helping them, strategize like what Alice did last week. I think that's awesome.
It's a thing of beauty. Yeah, it's very cool, and it's great. Now, we're back in the winter season, so we have ride leaders and sweepers for all the categories except A this week. A is always the hardest to find someone who wants to sweep for the A's. I do not blame anyone for not wanting to volunteer for that job. Jesse is the ride leader for the A's this week, which is super cool. No sweeper, but all the other categories do have a ride leader and a sweeper. So everybody is very well supported. So if you've never done a chase race before, maybe you didn't race this week and you want to come next week, then just so you know, if you don't know what you're doing, there are people in the event who will help guide you, and you just have to basically follow their commands and stick with the beacons, and you're good to go. So we're going to hop back and just see. There are a couple of C's who look a bit further back.
The C's are at 3.9 kilometers. I think a couple of them started late and they're chasing back on.
Yes. It's just Swift being rubbish.
So same normal. I love to look at a group and see all of my stars. All of my favorite people are in the C's right now. So when I am
wait a minute, I'm not there.
Well, you're not a favorite yet. You're just a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mean a Zwift favorite? Do you mean you get a notification when they go live?
Yes.
Okay.
And also when you see them on the board, they've got the star. So they're not just, the dot.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So right now I can tell a bunch of my favorite women are in the C's.
Cool.
Which is great.
This is your chance to name check them.
To name check them?
Yeah.
I mean, to know that to know that they're my favorites. I already know they're my favorites.
To let everybody else know so they get a little bit of notoriety.
Oh. Well, they know who they are. I mean, anybody that's been on Delirium with me is my favorite. Like Michelle and Jill are both in here. Amanda's in here. Amy is, I don't see Amy in here, but she's my favorite. I think Todd might be my only male favorite.
Okay.
So far. You can get there at some point.
One day, the lofty heights of being one of Becca's favorite songs with.
I do think that we should use this chase also to talk about coalition news.
Please do.
Since nobody wanted to submit fun facts because they were intimidated because you poo-pooed all their fun facts.
I think it's just because how fun they were last week.
Yeah, they ran out of funness.
Yeah.
Lou Bates was interviewed on the Zuminake podcast.
I saw that.
Talking about her upcoming, oh my God, it looks like such a beast on the bike. Sorry. James Ballack is riding a buffalo bike.
Is he?
I'm just.
But he is in with the C's, and he is currently B-Cat, so he got bumped up. I think, he is a B-Cat rider at heart. So he can afford to ride a buffalo bike in with the C's here. This is easy going for him.
It's ridiculous.
I can't see it though.
Let's see. How do I? No. I think can I screen share?
You can share your
I have to
screen.
fix it.
Yes, you can.
Oh, window.
Anyway, but I'm hopping back to the bees. There is a fun fact. There is a woman on Instagram, and she is I think she's from Texas, or at least she lives in Texas, I think, and she is I don't know what the actual term is, but she is somebody who comes out. People call if they have like a beehive or something in their house, and she comes out and like saves the bees.
That's just called a beekeeper.
She's not but I think a beekeeper is specifically someone who keeps bees. She's like a bee savior, and so I'm sure she's a beekeeper as well. Anyway, they call her out. She doesn't wear any protective gear or anything. She has clearly a very good relationship with all bees, and she always says at the end of like her videos, she's like, "And it was another day saving the bees." So I can't say bees without thinking of her. So she's like basically ingrained into my mind now.
Ooh. Anna Longdale's in with the bees. The bees.
Exactly. I'm gonna send it to you, and then you will also never be able to say bees.
Yeah.
The same way again.
Well, is she on Coalition, or is this just like a random person?
Who?
This Instagram person.
She's just a random person.
All right. You're weird. Your Instagram reel is sending you down weird pathways.
Yeah,
if it's
of course
like
it is.
Texan bee saviors. So, sorry. The news that Lou got interviewed, it's interesting that she keeps getting injured before Worlds, and so like she really wants to stick it this time. And I'm going to be rooting for her because she's kind of incredible. If you've ever seen her hill climb, it's just like a thing of beauty. It just looks like...
Paul Bike's had a dropout. No.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
He's back. But is he going to get back on?
He can do
That's
it.
the question. I mean, listen. Ooh, multiple dropouts. No, it's over for Poor Bike. Poor Bike.
I'm sorry, Paul Bike.
I'm sorry, Paul Bike. Nobody likes to have technical issues.
Yeah.
Well, talking about Lou Bates, I don't know if you saw, but we did share them from the Coalition Alpha Instagram on stories, but like the full list of the men and women out who are in the finals, they did a couple of videos, and we have Lou Bates on the women's side as number one there, and we have Ollie Jones number one on the men's side. We have not just Lou going to Abu Dhabi to represent at the Worlds. You have Alexis Nova from the US, who's also going from the women's. So you got a USA Coalition rider there. And on the men's side, I guess unsurprisingly, we have Ollie Jones, Lino Vyasin, and Mikhail Kaminsky. So we've got 5 riders representing live in Abu Dhabi, which is very cool.
That is very cool. And I have to say, the live interaction we did in March, and I thought it was really interesting. If I was seriously racing, I don't know that I'd want to be in a big group all together, because it's like it's not like when you're outside and you see someone coming behind you. You have to know if somebody starts ramping it up behind you, you can tell they're sprinting. You have to know where they are on the screen and where their move is reflected on the screen relative to yours. And I don't know that I could do that calculation in my head. I'm not sure if I would like it or not.
Like doing a live event?
Yeah. Like I liked doing the chase as a live event, and I would love to do something like that, but a serious race where like I really wanted to win, which is almost never because I don't care. But if I did, I don't know that I would.
Zwift does not want me to show you the A's, I'm afraid. There's some A's. We go with the B's.
The B's already the C's already passed a D.
No.
A D.
A D. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see if we can get any A's on the screen. I did momentarily see some. This is a great camera angle. There we go. Oh, it's actually pretty good in the end.
It won't let you fan view them? Let me see if I can.
I'm just getting a good angle.
Are there any good angles? Ooh, a
Yeah.
wall fabric. I'm interested to see what other teams are in there. So I said Anna Longdale.
Whoosh! There we are.
Oh, Jesus. Don't scare me like that. Anna Longdale races for NZ Bro. She's usually in the EMEA time zone. So I've raced against her. I think she's a women's A, mixed B, but very fast.
Man, I do not like those NZ bros.
What? Why?
It's nothing personal. It's just that there are like 4 NZ bro teams in the same league as Coalition Awakening.
Oh.
Because we're in an APAC time zone, so it's basically just NZ bros like across the board.
I have to admit, I kind of like racing against people who have fun tactics. Like NZ Bro does it, Riot does it, Level does it. I like racing those people who do tactics that aren't exactly the same. It's not like everybody push your power up at the exact same moment and then everybody hits it at this watt per kilo, because then I'm just like, oh, this is boring. I like it when you have people who are like, oh, they did a crazy flyer off the front with 30K to go, and like, who knows whether we need to bring her back. I like that.
Oh no, I think this is Die Young off the back of the bees. I'm sad to see.
He's gonna get caught by the A's almost soon.
Yeah, 50 minutes. Die's been racing with us in Awakening. So Amy's husband.
Amy's husband that's Die? I didn't know that.
I think that's, I'm pretty sure it's the same Die.
That's Mr. Young?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, Amy, I think, is watching because she was commenting. So
commenting.
She wasn't commentating. Sorry.
She should do. She should come on and commentate.
Absolutely, she'd be amazing.
Oh my God! I've only just looked at the chat. How foolish of me.
Mr. Y. Yeah, Mr. Y is riding on B.
I will. I will just mention some of the comments that we have whilst we're giving the A's a little bit of airtime. Let's also give Jesse a little bit of kudos, as I would call it, for doing a great job leading the A's this week. Yeah,
they're ripping it.
So James has said it's going to be tough to commentate on with the C's going to smash this.
See, that's what I'm talking about. C's, they talk shit all the time, and James, the leader of the shit talkers.
It's true, but he's a B now, so.
I know, but he's riding with the C's.
It's true, but it also means he gets removed from the official results, racing in the wrong cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting about this course? Did you know that on corners in Zwift, there's no draft? Just like outside.
I didn't know that, I don't think, no. It sounds far too technically complex to actually be implemented in Zwift. That's Die, I think. That was Die getting caught. Now is Die going to cling on? Let's have a quick look. Die cam.
But
come on, Die.
Catching on to the A's is a bit tough. That's
not
exactly an easy ask.
Yeah, but he can if he wants it. Does he want it enough? I don't think he does. I think he's settled in for just an easy pace now. That's sad.
I think he wants a beer. It's Friday night.
That's legit. I mean, I've got some whiskey.
Yeah.
He can have.
Oh, did you break out your weird Austrian whiskey again?
I did. No, not this week. This week I actually do have a bottle of Penderyn port cask. Well, port,
wait, what is it? A whiskey or?
It is a whiskey, Penderyn. It's a Welsh whiskey.
I don't like things aged in port casks. Hold on, right, I'll get one of my favorites.
Okay. All right, Becca is off to try and find some of her whiskey. She brings back some Jack Daniels. Never know, it might be a Van Winkleman or something. I do like Van Winkleman, but maybe it's something even more fun. Who knows? For those who are in the chat, please share with us what is your favorite tipple. The A's, I'm surprised actually. I did think they would have a few more. This is probably less than they really need to be competitive, because I don't think they've closed that gap to the B's at all. And just so I can make it clear, Niels did say go Bees. And Amy did also say, I'm watching tonight, Mr. Young is riding on B. Yeah. And David Thompson also mentioned Boo Becker.
I know. I don't know why. I think it's because I was saying I don't
giving him the support that he needs.
Well, I mean, then tough luck.
Oh, it could have been because I'm not listed as a favorite, but it's fine. Go on.
That's probably it.
Quickly, look, I'm just going to switch views so you can show.
I love this one. I'm a rum person. I don't really love whiskey.
Rum.
I think whiskey sometimes overpowers other flavors, and while I do like to drink it straight, I'm more of like I love tiki and I love
tell me about this whiskey. Rum, sorry.
This is Dr. Bird.
It's called crotch rum. I mean, the writing's
Asian.
It's
nothing Asian crotches.
It's back to front.
Dr. Bird.
Dr. Bird.
No crotches were involved in the making of this rum.
I thought it said crotch rum on it.
No. Okay. Pot still rum.
Okay.
That's different. And then this is Hawaiian agricole rum. This is like the best stuff.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
I know.
It's white rum.
Yeah, this is their unaged version. Their aged version is like, but it's too fancy to mix, you know? It's like one of those.
Yeah. I mean, all good whiskeys or rums are too fancy to mix.
All good stuff, but there's a lot of
my
stuff.
Number one, my go-to rum is the Plantation.
Oh, Plantation's so good.
I think it's like a 20. It says 20. I think it's like 21 anniversary. I don't know if it's actually 21 years old because the price is not the price of a 21 year. So I don't actually know how old it is, but it is so good for the money.
I think Plantation is one of the best values for money rums out there. Yeah, and. Yeah. They own Foursquare too, and so like they're more expensive Foursquare stuff.
Foursquare, the app.
No, I'm scared of the rum. Who's by himself? Oh, I'm watching a
I don't know what you're watching.
I'm watching the C's, and
well, we're in with the B's, and we're here with Longdale.
No, Michelle, go! Come on, Michelle.
We also have this guy. Last week we had Gavin Dempster, but here we have Davin Dempster, who I presume is Gavin's unionist cousin.
So I was watching my husband do Indie Velo the other day, and I was like, the graphics on Indie Velo are so strange. The riders' heads are so small. I was like, I just can't take you seriously when your head's like the size of a raisin. So I really like watching these because they kind of look like real humans.
Yeah, I guess they do.
I mean, don't look too close, but like
no, I mean, and quite often when the camera goes inside one of them.
Oh, that's a bit creepy, yeah.
Like then it's weird. If you've seen the inside of someone's face on Zwift, have you paid?
I'm glad you added on Zwift there because I was about to be a little creeped out.
Yeah, when you go inside their face, it's really weird. Okay, we're not going right in the faces at the moment, but nice glasses. I do like those glasses.
Those look like aviator glasses. Oh, so these are the B's. What's the gap? I'm looking at the C's. There's a lot of C's that dropped off on that little climb.
Really?
There's not that many climbs. Yeah.
There is the big climb. Don't rip your legs off. Yeah. Okay, there's some D's. There's some drop D's. Well, we're in with the D's. So the D's are just about to head on to the climb. So let's hang with them because really this should be the point where cats start to catch each other. This is where previously, in previous editions of Chase to the Underground, all the cats have caught one another on this climb. So traditionally this has been the catch point, as it were. So let's
Well,
see if that happens. I think the gaps are a bit wider than they have been last time we did this course. It's kind of why I was excited to do this course again, just because
you were hoping Jill would get caught in a loop.
Jill? No. I just was really interested just to see how it would go down again if you do this course a second time. Would it be exactly the same? Niels has just said, big climb, going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a stepped climb though, so I'm not sure that it's going to close the gaps that much. If the C's are on it, I think they can stay ahead. There's still 2 minutes between the B's and the C's. So, I mean, the B's are still a big group, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to catch them.
I mean, the D's are putting a big shift right now. But just as I say that, Jochen, who is the sweeper, he is doing a fabulous job sweeping, but that gap is opening up.
Oh.
So
yeah.
let's see. But the D's, I don't know, are they running away with it right now? That's kind of what it feels like.
What's the gap between the D's to the C to the C's?
It's over 1 minute. It is, by the looks of things, of course. I think it's 1 minute 20, which is unprecedented.
I mean, if they can get over the top in a group, then they could probably get it. But it looks like they're fracturing a lot. So if they don't collect by the top, that's when they're going to lose it. Because on the downhill, if the C's are all together,
it's 30 seconds. 30 seconds, I think. No, it's not. It's something.
45 seconds.
It is something.
Between 45 seconds and 1 minute and 10.
Yeah.
It looks like.
I think the C's have not done enough here. I'm not going to lie. I feel like the C's, who are probably renowned as being pretty rambunctious when it comes to these races, I feel like they've just been caught napping a little bit here. I think a little bit of overconfidence.
I mean, they do have a big group, so I'm sure they thought the big group was gonna. Oh, I just saw someone go the wrong way.
Oh,
it says 1 minute 10 to C cat base.
What does Swift Power say?
I don't know. You still have to show me how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
I would like to know how to do that.
Supposed to be my co-pilot.
I know. I'm like the worst co-pilot. I'm the one that's like, oh, look at a bird.
Are there any other animal mascots on this course?
I don't think so.
This was your chance to
redeem myself.
know. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what Zwift Power is saying. So Zwift Power is currently saying, remember that Zwift Power does seem to only sort of log a few of the riders, so it's not ever 100% accurate, but it gives you it's a bit of a barometer. A barometer being a kind of wanky marketing term we used to use in the early 2000s. Otherwise being an actual real thing. But it acts as a barometer. It currently suggests, well, it just shifted quite a lot. Well, it's currently predicting that the C's will win. So we were thinking the C's have left it a little bit too late. It currently says the C's will win. The B's will be behind them by about 13 seconds.
Ooh.
And then the D's will be 2 seconds behind them. And then the A's are going to be a minute behind them. So what we can take from that, at least, is that it's going to be quite close, it seems, between the D's, C's, and B's. And maybe the A's are out of the picture again.
Well, I think the course was pretty flat for the A's to be able to make up that gap.
Well, look. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Jochen is just being overtaken here. So
good job, Jochen.
Good job, Jochen.
But the B's are fracturing a lot right now.
Look, well, you can just see on the screen there, that's the beacon. That's the yellow beacon. So I think let's stick with the C's because maybe that catch is going to happen. They have made up a lot of time. The gap is now 40 seconds between the C's and the D's here. So they have really made up a lot of time on this climb, which is quite impressive. So let's see, they've gone over the climb now. I think they're going to hit the descent here. Let's see, what they need to do here is regroup So if they can keep a lot of speed up down this descent. Whether they're going to do that or not, I do not know, but it's going to be quite important. But the actual group size has been obliterated. Here they are, overtaking a couple of the Ds. You're going to have to do the nom nom sound. Nom 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 nom. So some of the Ds have been consumed. Excellent power-up droppage, though, from that D rider, dropping the truck power-up, the drafting power-up, but stop pedaling for some odd reason. Come on, get on the back.
He's tired.
Get on the back and you can hang. Yeah, that's it.
He's there. He's there. I do see that the Bs have kind of been all strung out, so I'm not sure if they've got to really collect in order to make the final push to the Cs.
Well, they are just going to collect, as you say, a couple of the riders up front. So there is one C rider in front of them who they are going to catch, but that is not enough. One is not enough.
There's
that squirrel was that squirrel being mugged? It looked like a squirrel was being mugged.
I mean, anything can happen in the dark.
We might have to do a replay, but I don't know. I don't know if the squirrel had his wallet on him, but probably not by the end of tonight. That's sad to see. Sad to see. I mean, honestly, Watopia's pretty safe, but Neokyo has a pretty bad reputation for violence and crime, sadly.
I mean, Nat probably has pictures of every single person in Neokyo. She should probably have just provided them to like the police for suspect lists.
Yeah,
here's
definitely.
who I think did it.
But you can see these upper areas. You do see less people here generally in Neokyo because of the crime. So they are less populated. Neokyo in general less populated. It looks like the Bs here. This is the group now, so they have obliterated themselves really.
Yeah, they're really strung out. I mean, the Cs are all strung out too.
Yeah, that Swedish C. Are they going to hold on? I don't think so. Come on, sprint time. No.
No.
Let's just keep a lookout. What is that gap between the Bs and the Cs? Oh, Zwift is playing silly buggers.
I think it's because this course,
30 seconds. It's 30 seconds, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, Jesse Bauer is saying this is where we hunt. Ooh.
Ooh.
Dark words.
Very dark.
Maybe the A's are the ones that are robbing. They're robbing the D's of their victory.
It's got very dark all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, there is the bike. There's the buffalo
the
bike.
buffalo bike. I told you. It was a bold move. Too bold, in fact.
Too bold. Let's hop forwards to. I did see the Priestley. 30 seconds still. So let's just sit up front with the Ds because we haven't got much further to go.
So unfortunately, when I scroll, it's like they are overlapping. I don't know why, but maybe it's because there's so many twists and turns on this course. If I scroll, I keep on. It's like a circle. I keep coming back.
Okay.
We need
I don't know what that means.
Like if you scroll on
you
the
want
right-hand
it
side.
just like a straight course?
I'm fan viewing and I'm trying to scroll on the right-hand side so I can check between the groups, but it keeps on going back and forth between groups that are in front and groups that are.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we are in the helicopter here, flying over the Ds, and you can see Todd in the chat there saying only 2 kilometers to go.
Woo!
And it is murder, she wrote.
And there's nobody else in there? Those are all Ds?
They're all Ds. Yeah.
That's awesome! Way to go, Todd!
Or is it?
Wait.
It is.
Are there Cs in front of them?
No.
Wait, so that's what I'm talking about. See, you saw Amanda on the right-hand side.
It's just stupid Zwift.
Oh.
The thing is, this thing on Zwift used to work perfectly fine. And somewhere along the way, it got broken so that all the different groups just appear in completely random orders. Don't ask me why. So, I know.
Well, That's pretty impressive that the D's were able to collect like that. That's the biggest group that I see scrolling through. Is your
Well, there's going to be
Do you have a
sprinters.
cat?
I mean, I do have a cat.
Is the cat yowling?
The cat is very excited, but the D's are going
Go
to.
D's!
Yeah, she is ecstatic. Mabsy. Yeah. Well, look, you can see already that the D's are getting a little bit kind of competitive with one another.
They're going 44 kilometers an hour.
Jesus.
That is.
Todd
I wonder,
says time to fly. I mean, I think let's just get in there. Okay, so we're going to go through this little arcade, then we're going to shoot out, and then we kind of go across the, I don't know what you call it, sort of intersection before we get onto that final street where the sprint is. And it's going to be very interesting. But it did suggest there that Joe Priestley was 10 seconds away. I mean, is that true? Is that really true? Oh my God, it's true! The truth is upon us. The C's are hunting.
I gotta root for the D's. Come on, D's, you could do it. Push.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh man.
Oh no, they were so bloody close.
Oh,
but it is gonna be close.
5.3.
It is
Oh
gonna
man.
be close. The Flish is going. The Flish is going.
Oh man.
The Flish is the one dropping the Watt bombs. And oh, Darley, he is going to overtake all of these Ds here, I think. He's flying past them. No, but is there one D? There's one D.
Oh.
The Cruze.
No.
The Cruze.
Was that the only one though? Is he a real C?
I don't know if he's a legit D, so we'll have to see. Oh, shit.
Where are we?
Now we're not even in the Okio. Now we're fucking stupid Zwift. What is wrong with you? Why does it do this? Why are we in a completely different map? Technically, I know it's sort of the same map. Why are we not with just the riders from the event? Stupid Zwift.
Well, the B's are just entering the arcade.
Wait a minute.
So Anna Longdale's up there.
Here we
She's
are.
catching the B's. She's catching the C's.
So we're in with this little group here. With
Jane.
Durand. There's Dave Thompson as well. I see him in there. Some big spreads. And over the line.
Amanda's finishing
Jochen.
now.
There's Amanda. There you go. Whee.
I see a
Jane.
lot.
Let's watch Jane. Jane, let's give her some kudos.
Our S from last week is with the group of D's, so that's good. That's progress. I don't think we ever figured out actually who that is because S is one of 26 letters. But last week, remember, he fell
Interesting
off the back.
fact.
And this week, hey, I'm brilliant. I know all the letters, the alphabet.
Yeah.
I have high standards for myself.
Of the English alphabet.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm really behind on the others.
Whoa,
but he finished with
mixed
the D
sprint.
group. That's pretty great.
That's pretty great. It's pretty lovely.
Yeah.
Good to see lots of people still sprinting. We're going to continue. Here are the A's. A's really off the boil this week. I don't know. Do I have to reduce the time gap for the A's? Because it used to be enough, but it seems like the A's just aren't pushing hard enough. What is that?
Well, I think one, there's lots of racing right now. So anybody who's doing like ZWS, it's practicing the community course, anybody who's doing ZRL, like they have a heavy training load right now. So I mean, I'm not.
Do you work? Are you a spin doctor for the A's?
No, there's no money in Swift. Sad. Somebody was asking me yesterday, like, oh, how do you get sponsored? And I was like, I don't think you do. And they were like, what about Specialized and all these bike companies? I was like, yeah, I really think that they've realized that esports are against their entire business model, which is buy more bikes. So I'm not sure they're into it.
I think that most people nowadays just lie about being sponsored.
No.
Like, there's a lot of like elite teams who have like sponsor names, and they don't actually get sponsored equipment. I don't know why they put sponsor names.
Maybe it's like all the cool kids are doing it. So if you see, like if you see Specialized and Shram on somebody's jersey, you're like, oh, wow.
I think because like when we started the original elite team, we had, well, I mean, we were the first team to have any sponsors.
Ooh.
And we did actually get everything. So we had Canyon bikes, we had Wahoo trainers, Founds, everything. Canyon gave us all of the kit. Later on, we had Ceramic Speed stuff. We have Training Peaks. Training Peaks, longest running sponsor of the team. They are still a sponsor of the team, and they've been really good to us. Who else did we have? Muck-Off were a sponsor for a while. So we did have a bunch of sponsors, but they weren't in the name. And I know that a bunch of other teams would be like, we'll put the sponsorship in the name and they'll give us a discount if we buy stuff. So after a while as well, we were like, oh, we don't actually need any sponsors. Like, we have all the riders have everything that they need.
Yeah.
However, we currently have 2 sponsors, and they're both really great. So Training Peaks is still a sponsor of the elite team, and then Verge also came on as a sponsor this year.
Well, those two make sense for esports, right? Because Verge does indoor kits, and Training Peaks. I mean, esports is great for Training Peaks because you can actually do your program, right? Like if your coach gives you a workout and you're like, I can't do this 20-minute effort because there's no stretch of road where I can do 20 minutes without being interrupted, except for online.
Exactly. And we have a like a coalition alpha trading plan on Training Peaks as well, which has been up there for quite a few years. Still arguably, I would say, the best indoor training plan. We had all of the riders basically contributed their favorite training efforts, and then I tried to make them a bit easier because some of the people are just brutal machines who want to tear their own legs off, and that's not popular with everyone. But we have a really good collection of workouts to do on the indoor trainer.
I don't know why you would think that I wouldn't be the person that wants to rip their legs off. I'm not sure what would make you think that.
By the way, I'm not seeing any drinking. As I wave around my notepads, which also opt as a
coaster?
It's not a coaster. It's a notebook with actual rubberized.
That's why I thought they could be a coaster.
Paddles on.
What? Did you make that?
No, I didn't make it. It came as a set. So I have 2 of these table tennis notebooks, and I think there was a net as well, but I don't know where the net is. So.
Have you ever used them as paddles?
I think once.
Yeah.
It's not.
After a lot of
it's
commentating.
It's a more fun idea than it is practical. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, next week, I'm going to flush out this coalition news section because I think that
yeah, you only had one bit of news, which was great, by the way. It's great to hear about Lou Bates being on the podcast. But
yeah,
what did you have any other news? Now is the time.
Well, no. I I do think that I actually handed over a document that we put together. A lot of coalition people DS their teams, and we put together like a best practice. Is this? Oh, hello. We put together a best practice list, and somebody had asked on a different team, like, how do you learn how to DS? And so I gave it to them, and I was like, this is something that makes your team gel more, right? If you DS someone and you're there for them, anytime you're there for someone, it makes them feel like you're a real friend and not just a bot. So
yes, and I do. I haven't done one this winter, but I normally every season do a live stream with everybody who wants to learn how to DS, and I tell them how I DS at the elite level.
You're a great DS. Yeah.
Well, you're too kind.
No, I'm not. I have lots of bad things to say about you. I'll break on next week. Uh, Alex is also a great DS. I think I've listened to a lot of like I listened to you DS and I was like, holy crap! Everybody's like energized. You say the right things at the right times. I think that might be a little bit of practice, but also inherent ability. So
A little bit,
anyway,
yeah. I think a bit of it. Like I've been DSing since we started the elite team in 2019, and I guess you do pick up a little bit of like what do people actually want to hear, what's useful to them. Um, De-essing as well a little bit, I think, is like learning to just be quiet. Like with commentating, it's like a challenge to basically just keep on talking. And with de-essing, it's a lot more of like just talking when it's sort of necessary, basically. And I think that's maybe the most challenging bit,
yeah,
to be honest. And just being happy and comfortable with silence. I think us as humans these days struggle to sit in silence. But I know, especially when I'm de-essing the guys, I know I don't have to say anything. They sort of essentially don't need me. Like I'm just there as an additional layer of information.
yeah.
Um, and Yeah, so I think a lot of it just comes down to experience at the end of the day. So I'm always happy to pass that on where I can.
Yeah. And I think that legacy of passing it on is what the news aspect of this was like the idea of don't just say it, collect it and organize it in a way that others can learn easily. So I do think that is like a
I will
coalition
make you a
legacy.
graphic then. I will make you a coalition news graphic so that then
Ooh,
you also feel a little bit of peer pressure to bring the latest coalition news. And
great.
then and
I love
then
pressure.
and that little bit of the live stream as well can be clipped on Zwift,
Oh yeah.
and then we can actually push it. We can post it in the main group.
That's a good idea.
Hey, there you
All
go.
right. Um
There's the
okay, I'm
cat.
not
There is
allowed.
the cat, which has been making all of the noise. So
Two.
that's the other cat, which wasn't making any noise, just following her. Biff. Hello. Maps, come in. Wait. This little one. Why are you so noisy, Mabsy? Huh?
He's like, well, you were talking. I didn't hear anybody, so I didn't want you to be lonely.
Or so we talk about it like we have morning Mabsy. Her name's Mabin, but we call her Mabsy. In the morning, she is the most lovely, doting, needy cat ever. She comes and wants to snuggle, and then in the evening, she is fierce huntress, and she just is very. You're a different puss cat, aren't you?
I mean, I identify with that. That's like me too.
Yeah.
The morning, I'm super nice.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not allowed to leave until you dismiss me.
Correct. So we do have outro music. So
Okay.
and I think seeing as that was the last comment. Oh no, Dave Thompson did. He's top C and D in the wrong cat foot yellow. Okay, so the
Cat
foot
foot
yellow
yellow.
is actually a yellow card symbol.
Oh,
So okay. So a little bit of controversy there. I can quickly see the winner was Damien Verflich. He was racing for the C's, and let's just check if he is actually a C. No, he's a B. So schade, das ist so ein Pech, Damien. Oh man, das ist nicht gut genug. You are going to be disqualified.
does that
let's
mean that this D's won?
yes, it does mean that the D's did win.
Woohoo!
And your official winner is Martin. So congrats, Martin.
Good job, D's.
Winner is Gary. No, winner is not Gary. At least according to the live results. I could be wrong. Let me just check. Let me just check if the actual results have updated. But the current results suggest it is the D's that won. Oh no, they've just changed. So, okay. Yes, Mark, who was a guest rider, it was for the D's. He was racing in the wrong cat. Gary looks like he is actually the winner.
So
Gary,
but
it's very much time for Gary to start racing in the Bs, though. But I think Gary is the one with the win, and Craig Coates, I believe, was second racing in the Ds. Craig has been racing with us in Awakening, and he's been getting back into Zwift racing. So it's very cool because I think oh, Craig, you're racing in the wrong car. Craig, you will also be disqualified. Okay, I was really happy for him then. I mean, still great effort, Craig. I mean, you're up there. Like, you were in second place before you get your result annulled, but
you know what we should say if Coalition is riding outside their category? We should say, if you're riding outside of your category, stop 100 meters before the line.
Or if you are racing out of category and you're a ride leader, then you do not get your result annulled as long as you don't end up on the podium. So that is the only way to make sure your result stays on Zwift Power, is if you're a ride leader, because we appreciate all of our wonderful ride leaders. So if you do race out of cat as a ride leader, that is legit. As long as you don't end up on the podium, you can only stay on the podium if you are racing in the correct category. So the final results will be on Zwift Power. They do get checked, and results do get amended. So please bear with me. Let's just give
Todd the win.
Well, we can't. Where was Todd?
He won-ish. He was there.
He won-ish?
He won-ish.
He won-ish. Yep. Okay, cool. Anyway, so do check the Zwift Power results. Probably check them tomorrow. I will try and update them as soon as possible. And then please check the league as well. So for those of you who come back every week, you will earn points for the league. And there we have an overall winner. We have team categories, and we also have cat winners. So come back every week. Your best 4 races in a month count towards your standing. And we will run that for the rest of the season, basically. So
all right.
More reasons to join every single week.
What's next week's race?
I actually already have decided the route, but I've forgotten. I think it's RGV. Let me check. Did I remember correctly? It is. So next week is RGV, and
so
then
flat, and then
yep. And then the final. Then afterwards, in 2 weeks' time, we have the Volcano Circuit counterclockwise.
Oh.
Right. Yes. So
and we might have to adjust the A gap.
Maybe, although no, yeah, maybe I will, because I don't think for the A's, maybe have not got the firepower that they've had in previous seasons. So maybe we give them a little bit of respite. We'll see. Because I find as soon as they change the time gap, they'll start closing it really quickly. So
they're motivated. By the extra minute.
So anyway, thanks again, everybody who joined for the chase race. Really cool. Well done to the Ds. Even if they did not officially get the win, that is the best effort I've seen out of the Ds for a very long time. And it goes to show that they were just meters away from getting the win there, which was really cool to see. So very close, very, very close. Let's see if they can do it again next week. Next week, I won't be here for the live stream because I am traveling to the homeland. I'm traveling to Wales, but we'll be back the following week. So maybe Becca will decide that she wants to do the live stream herself next week.
Solo. Well, I will stream it at least.
Okay.
So maybe I'll do it from the ride.
Ooh. So in previous editions, we have had the cat leaders and sweepers on the live stream as well. We've had their videos. So we haven't done that just because we've been getting back into the swing of things, but that could be an opportunity in future races to bring in the ride leaders again.
Yeah.
See how hard it's looking. All right, sweet.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right. Thanks to everybody who joined, who watched. and we are going to bid you adieu. And yeah, we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Maybe Becca will see you in 1 week's time. And we'll be back, and we will have this coalition news feature all ironed out. And Becca will be bringing you all of the latest news from within the coalition community and elite team.
Ooh, and
So,
elite team.
yeah.
Oh, now I get to learn about the elite team
So
stuff.
watch this space. All right. Thank you, everyone. And let me find the outro music. Okay, we're good to go.
Okay.
Later.